What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and what you're looking at right there is Troy Polamalu. Many of us have lobbied to get him back. Some of you guys are not too happy with some of the things that he has, but I want to point out that with the exception of his throw power, he's a very, very good card that you can probably play as a hybrid at the free safety position. Obviously, you want to keep Pat Tillman in the game, which is why I thought it would be kind of conflicting to do it. But EA decided to still do it and have him as a strong safety, which is the position we always knew that he played. But it's unfortunate for us that we're still looking for that dominant free safety. And many of you guys thought it would be Sean Taylor. Turned out that it did not happen. So what we're going to do right now is take a look at some of the things that he has going for him, right? When we go over to the hit power, obviously, like I said, it's an 84, but he has the big hitter trait. Okay, his zone coverage is a 92, so he'll go to 94 with the lockdown if we were to keep going and get him, if that was something that we're going to do. This is the issue now for me. Looking at all of these numbers, yeah, everything looks good, whatever like that, but is he in realistic fashion better than Tillman in the game? He's probably not going to be. He's not going to be that guy that's probably going to get you those off hit stick fumbles and stuff like that. Because it depends. Even though he has the big hitter trait, is it necessarily true that the computer's going to give you those off the hit stick animations? Because I don't think he can get Enforcer because he doesn't have the right hit power. But I could be wrong about that. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. I think you have to have a certain minimal type of hit power to be able to get Enforcer. So he can't get that. So all that click off hit stick stuff, you would actually have to, line up the hit stick and stuff like that to make sure that it went through, because that's like the meta. Like everybody's running around doing knockoff hit sticks, click off hit sticks with Tillman. So he has, decent, 80 man coverage. And 92 zone is beautiful because that's primarily what I run. Strength is pretty good. So it's something that, we could probably look at, because with Sprinter, he would go to 93 speed, which would, kind of work for me very, very well in the backfield. But we're going to have to look into that a little bit later. So after you complete the solo and you're able to get his power up, you're going to also be able to now go ahead and get the final part of your MUT 10, which is the wildcard token that's needed for that, right? So now, if you were able to do all 10 weeks, you're going to get your free player right now. Now it's all over. Those 10 weeks of having to play the solos, it's done. Everything is complete. You should have gotten all of them, right? So now we're going to go in, and I'm going to actually go ahead and try to evaluate what I need to do right now. My gut is telling me to take Deion Sanders. And some of you guys are probably like, why? Why would you take Deion Sanders over Troy Polamalu? Because right now, with the way that everything is right now, it could actually conflict with what I'm trying to do. It could actually make my team a little bit off balance if I were to do something other than just take the Deion Sanders. All right, and I'm going to explain that to you guys thoroughly, because I know many of you guys are in the same boat. It's like you want something and then you finally get it and you're like, what am I going to do now? Like, it's weird. You know what I'm saying? So it becomes a situation now as we add this in and we complete the set. What are we going to do? Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look at everything that's there so that way we can evaluate it. Is Troy Polamalu value enough to be able to just say, you know what? Let's go ahead and take him now. Now, there's a lot of pros and cons to this. All right, there's a lot of pros and cons. Let's take a look at all of the players we can choose from. Okay, there he is right there, 93. So he's a much higher overall strong safety, but then you're going to probably tell me like, yo, Gmia, with the way that Tillman is, he's going to upgrade to a 99 anyway. Would that be the smart move to just have him on the team right now? Or should we wait for his price to go down a little bit? That's also a very good point. Because like I said, if we go ahead right now and we compare him to Pat Tillman, you can see, like I just showed you, he's going to be a 91 speed. They're going to both be chem the same way. His acceleration is crazy, which means that he's going to be right there immediately on the ball. Tackle is under the 90. I don't know if he'll get tackle supreme and all that stuff that you guys want, but you can see that Tillman's pursuit is wild, which is why he's always right by the ball, about to give somebody a hit stick fumble. And then you see the difference in the hit power, plus all the other things in the chems. Tillman is going to be glitchy simply because he's the MUT master. Troy Polamalu is going to be glitchy based off the name. So it's similar to the way that I'm thinking. Deion Sanders is probably going to be the most valuable. We already have Calvin. We have Randy Moss. Bo Jackson is trash can status. We don't care about that. Vic is garbage. So all these guys are there. This is very, very important because this is what we played the 10 weeks for. This guy just made it very, very difficult. Like, I thought it was going to be like Devin Hester or some foolishness. It would be a no-brainer. But this is what's bothering me because, look, with Deion Sanders, right? Not only he's the greatest corner, in my opinion, he's the greatest corner. He changed the game for corners, right? If I take Deion Sanders, just hear me out real quick, right? Deion Sanders and Denzel Ward. Denzel Ward is actually chemmed up to a 95 speed. Deion would actually be chemmed up to a 96 speed with all these other crazy numbers, which would mean that no matter who you bring out on the field, Deion would be out there, and I wouldn't have to worry about getting burnt deep at all. Like he's not going to get burnt deep at all. The issue with that is we would have to get rid of Jalen Ramsey. Okay, now when you look at Jalen Ramsey and you start to analyze the things that are going on with it, which is, I don't know how Deion Sanders' jump is so low, but whatever. The agility, the acceleration, all the stuff that Deion Sanders has, right? If we were to go with Deion Sanders, we would lose the press situation, but it wouldn't really matter if somebody beats you off the press because Deion is so fast. So it wouldn't matter. That's what my point is. Like, the way that everything is lining up right now, it's so difficult. And then Rob Gronkowski, I don't think anybody's going to actually get him. I would just wait him out in the auction and probably, grind your coins and see what you could do with that. Julius Peppers, I'm not going too crazy over. It don't really matter. I don't even really worry about my left end position right now anyway. And Joe Thomas is a pretty good left tackle, but I know that with one good week of Weekend League, we probably get enough coins to buy him. It's players like Polamalu and Deion Sanders that no matter what happens, the value of these players is enormous. Okay, because both of these guys are enormous, but I would actually have to put him as a backup strong safety. Obviously, in the game he would start, but I wouldn't want to bench Pat Tillman. Like, it's weird. It's weird the way you would have to work it. But I guess if we put Pat Tillman as the backup strong safety, he'll get back on kickoff returns. Because ever since I did the whole chemistry thing with 49ers, everything is kind of messed up now, so it's kind of weird, and we would have to figure that situation out. But we don't need to worry about that right now. This is the ultimate situation right now where we are with it. I really don't think, based on the numbers that they gave him right now, that even though it's Troy Polamalu, is it worth it for us? That's what my issue is, bro. Like, do we just go ahead and do this right now and just say, you know what? Shot in the dark, it's over? Or do we go with our gut feeling? Let me go check what's going on in the auction house, because right now, regardless, what's going to happen is Polamalu's price is going to be ridiculous for a while. Maybe, I don't think a lot of people are going to even pull him, to be honest. So it's going to be very, very difficult. Some of you guys might get lucky, pull him out of the fantasy weekly pack. It's going to be a lot of stupidness going on. But ultimately, is it going to be something to where it's an ideal situation for you? Like, can you snipe him? Is he affordable? Yeah, with the way that this is going and how many bats we have, I can probably make up like 1.4 or 1.5 mil pretty fast and go back and get these players. But it's all about the value of the free one. So let's check out what's going on. So his price went back up to 810. Everything looks like it's going back up in price. Randy Moss dropped to 1.92. Deion is at 2, so he's dropped a little bit also. Polamalu's at 2.15. You see what I'm saying? So people are understanding. He might end up going for under 2, a little bit like that. So I think we would be able to afford him. It's just the fact that he's another strong safety and we have a MUT master. And then you look at the value, Deion is right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Deion is a card that you're going to be able to have. Who else would you get and replace somebody else with? Even if Night Train Lane were to come out, it wouldn't really matter to me as much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't be a situation where it's like, okay, I got to go and grab Night Train because Denzel Ward with 95 speed and Deion Sanders with 96, I think that's what I'm going to go with. You know what I'm saying? That's just my choice because it creates too much conflict if I go any other way. And yeah, I would love to have Polamalu out there. His hit power kind of rubs me the wrong way. But, the big hitter trait and stuff like that, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We could probably work that. But it is what it is, guys. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take Deion Sanders, and I'm going to go right there. You guys probably go, yo, bro, Polamalu. I have a feeling that Polamalu is going to round out around the same price as Deion. And remember, Deion is an end-of-year corner. Like, Deion Sanders, bro, you get a Deion, you don't have to worry about the side of the field. Deion is a glitch, bro. He's wild and savage-like. So, and like I said, I already have Randy, who would have been my number 1 pick. If I was never able to get Randy, I would pick Randy. But, like, I have everything set for Deion. I'm going to close my eyes and go with Deion. And that's it. I'm just going to take Deion Sanders, man. And now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with him and how I'm going to proceed to keep my team being so OP. It's ridiculous. So now, look, hear me out. Jalen Ramsey, right? Like I was saying, we don't, at this point, we don't have a real use for Jalen Ramsey anymore because I don't really use a slot corner. because I sub in Pat Tillman as my user in those situations. So Jalen Ramsey right now is pretty much about to get raid sold. All right, and then we could just put Marshawn Lattimore in this slot right here. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where I am with it. Because again, Jalen Ramsey doesn't typically get dealt with accordingly, but I just don't know right now, bro. That's something, you know, like I said, I value the fact that this guy right here, right? When you look at Denzel Ward right now, 95 speed, 95 excel, even if you got off of his press, which is a 93, I like my chances of keeping up. And I like to press, and I like to play different coverages. So I just feel, even with his man coverage, like he's better than Jalen Ramsey. Like if you just look at his card, he's better than Jalen Ramsey. So can you imagine Deion Sanders when we chem Deion up and everything else that goes into it? You know, Deion is going to have the zone coverage. He's going to have the man coverage. We can do whatever we want pretty much. If we run man, should we keep Jalen Ramsey right now? We could, but then that's costing me. And then plus he has a gnat, so it gets really, really technical. But let's go ahead. We're going to upgrade Deion so I could let you guys see what I'm working with and kind of make sure that you guys get like the full thresh. Bro, 2370 again? Wow, that's crazy. That's real crazy. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to add Deion Sanders in. All right, we don't need to add an ability or an X factor to him. We're just going to leave him where he is right now with the 93. But let me just show you. You see how he has a 93 speed there? Watch what happens now. We're going to chem him up. We're going to, you know, pretty much we're going to start him over Jalen Ramsey for now. We won't raid sell Jalen Ramsey. What I'll do is I'll put out a tweet. And you guys will let me know what you think. Should we raid sell Jalen Ramsey and just keep, you know, pretty much just keep it the way that it is, the way that we have it set right now? Raid sell Jalen, okay? Put Marshawn Lattimore right there. And then we just have two corners that we know, we already know we're not getting beat deep with. Like, it's almost impossible to be able to beat any, okay, Deion Sanders, they still have him as a 92. They haven't even chemmed him up at all. So we're going to have to actually, what? We have to actually back him up. They still have the lower, look at that. Look, you see the way they have the wrong power up there and everything. Yo, EA Sports be wilding out, bruh. EA Sports just be really out here just wilding out with numbers, bruh. Like, they even put the old color power up back on there. All right, so now let's go over here. We're going to do this. All right, so went back to regular, so he should have all his numbers right now. All right, so look, 96 speed, 96 excel, 93 zone, 95 man. So hear me out, right? When you look at the way that we've done this, I believe that we've done, I believe that I made the right decision. I believe for my team, this is an ideal situation for me because it makes it so that I don't have to worry about the cornerback position for months to come. Regardless of his block shed and all that other stuff like that, Deion Sanders is going to make plays. Why? Because he's Deion Sanders. And it's as simple as that. That's all that it is. He's just going to make plays simply because of that. And now he and Denzel Ward, you know, when you look at it, Jalen Ramsey, because I got him as a gnat, I really don't have a lot of value in him. So I have to kind of watch what I can actually do, you know, going forward with that to kind of see what happens. But I feel right now that going after Polamalu later and getting my coins up and trying to get him for like a gameplay if you guys want later would work. But Pat Tillman being there, it really, really hurts everything that I really wanted. Okay? Because Pat Tillman makes so many plays for me, it's kind of weird. I love me some Polamalu, but it would be definitely weird of me to go ahead and just say, look, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I don't care about the repercussions because of all the stuff that this guy does. So for now, we're going to leave it like that. And I'm going to go ahead and put out a tweet. You know, Jalen Ramsey, if you guys want him to stay on the team temporarily, we can do that. But we've already made our choice to go Deion Sanders over Polamalu. Just based on, you know, the hit power. If he could get Enforcer and stuff like that, it would make sense. But I don't think he can get it with his numbers. But again, like I said, he does have big hitter trait, so it's possible. But again, when you look at Tillman's numbers, it's not going to be many strong safeties that they can put out that's even going to compare with him. It's just not going to work out. Other than the name Polamalu, nothing else really matters. You know, so that's where we're going to go for right now. I'm going to leave you guys with that, and you guys can go ahead and give me your feedback and stuff like that. But if you guys really want the Polamalu, I'll mess around and start buying some packs and, you know, get him also, or try to figure out another way to get him and see what we can do with the team. But I like the way the team is right now as far as the corner position goes. I don't think anybody's going to want no problems with it. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You have a good one. Until next time, one love.